The forest's true nature revealed. The voice returned, echoing through the trees. This is not a place for children, Leo. Here you will become part of the forest. Forever. Leo's eyes widened in horror as the forest around him seemed to close in, and his once bright red t-shirt began to fade, merging with the dark surroundings. The full transformation. Leo's body continued to change. His mane became larger, his face more ferocious. His t-shirt ripped as his chest expanded. He had now fully transformed into a mighty lion, but his mind still clung to his childhood memories. A plea for help. Leo fell to his knees, his massive paws digging into the ground. "I don't want this," he cried out, his voice echoing in the silent forest. "I want to go home." The forest responds. The trees rustled, and the wind howled around Leo. The creature's voice whispered again, "Home? There is no home anymore. The forest is your home now, little lion." The fight within. Leo struggled to hold on to his human consciousness, despite his growing lion form. His childlike heart fought against the beast he was becoming. He tugged at his red t-shirt, which now felt like a symbol of everything he was losing. The final transformation. Leo felt a wave of energy surge through him. His body, now fully lion-like, seemed to shimmer with power. His mind fought harder, trying to recall his innocent childhood. But the more he resisted, the more his form solidified as a creature of the wild. A heart-stopping decision. In the midst of his transformation, Leo had to decide. Should he embrace the power of the lion, or hold on to the child within? He stood still, his eyes wide, unsure of what to do. The dark force encroaches. As Leo stood in the clearing, the darkness closed in. The forest seemed to pulse with life, and the shadows began to take form. Leo's lion paws tensed as the forest beckoned him to join it. The forest's heart. Leo found himself at the center of the forest, surrounded by twisted trees. The air was thick, and every movement of the trees seemed to be a part of the forest's heart. The shadows began to speak in unison. "You are ours now, Leo." His final stand. Leo, now fully lion, roared. It was a powerful sound, but his heart still ached with the desire to remain the child he once was. His paws dug into the ground, his body trembling with internal conflict. The t-shirt's last stand. His red t-shirt, torn and battered, fluttered in the wind. It symbolized his fight to hold on to who he was, his innocence, his childhood. As the transformation completed, Leo glanced down at the t-shirt one last time. The end of the struggle. With a final anguished cry, Leo let go of the last remnants of his human self. His mind fully embraced the power of the lion, and he stood tall, his mane wild and his eyes now filled with raw power. The forest's victory. The forest seemed to celebrate. The trees whispered and the wind howled. Leo was no longer the curious, innocent child. He was now part of the forest, his lion form merged with its dark magic. A shadow watches. A shadow watched from the trees, its red eyes glowing in the distance. It had been there the whole time, waiting for Leo to accept his true form. The forest claims. Another. As the last trace of Leo's human innocence faded, the forest claimed him. His transformation was complete.